So a couple notes about those really cheap and super flimsy shifting levers that you most often can find on Amazon or eBay for less than $15. Don't buy those. Those are like really crappy, okay? They actually move around quite a lot and it affects your shifting performance. And in my case, this is my NC700X. I bought this bike used and it came just like that with this aftermarket lever for both the clutch and the brake side, okay? This lever is not very good. Again, I hate the fact that this thing can just dangle around. Every time I try to pull, okay, it gives this kind of action, which is really not good when you want a firm and tactile action feeling. So what I'm going to be doing is I actually bought genuine Honda shifting levers and clutch levers. Now this thing is not adjustable, but for the most part those non-adjustable levers is going to work so much better than those flimsy and cheap adjustable levers, okay? So the distance of the travel on this one is not even optimized for this bike. If you adjust to a setting that is like too close, it just doesn't shift right, okay? That's why it's always good to stick with stock shifters unless you are absolutely certain you're buying a quality shifting clutch lever or the brake lever for your bike, okay? So fortunately, very easy to replace for the clutch lever on this Honda. And this clutch lever is used for a lot of Honda motorcycles. I think the CB650, the CBR 600, and the NC700 all use this exact same part number, okay? So if your shift lever looks like this with a significant job on your bike stock, then this lever will work. If you're unfortunate enough to buy a bike that came with the aftermarket flimsy one, look for the stock one, the genuine Honda one. Do not buy the cheap look-alike one on eBay, because I tried those, they don't fit. So you must have the genuine one. Even if you get it used, make sure you buy genuine Honda parts. Again, as I said, steps are very easy to replace the clutch side, okay? First step, you're just gonna loosen this locking kind of tab, and once the locking tab is loosened, your goal is actually grab the clutch cable out from the shifter, okay? So that's the first thing we're gonna do, okay? So you are going to turn this. If you're looking from the front of the bike, you're gonna turn towards you, okay, and make sure it goes in here to release the cable tension. And you can see cable tension is loosened. Once you have it all the way or almost all the way, you're gonna align those two tabs, okay? Let's see. So make sure those two tabs are aligned, and you shift it over here. You're gonna align all three gaps. And this is when you can literally just pull this out and release this and fish this shifting lever, clutch lever out, okay? Once it's out, the rest is going to be super easy. It's just this one locking screw on the top with a with the nut on the bottom. So first thing first is you're going to loosen that bolt or that nut at the bottom, okay? It's a size, I would say it's probably a size 10, okay? So release it, or okay, I need a shorter extension. So have your hex key ready, the socket ready, and you're just going to turn that direction, okay? So if you look from the top, it's going to be clockwise. Is it? Yeah, it's going to be clockwise. Get this nut off, and again, it's got a nylon washer on there, so you have to make sure it is fully off before you can start loosening the top one. Okay. All right, so this little nut is off. Again, with a nylon washer, don't lose it. And the next step is have a flat head and literally just try to turn counterclockwise to get this bolt out. Once the bolt is out, this crappy eBay cheap adjustable lever can be removed. Okay, so this bolt looks like this. Okay, it's got a like a bushing and it's got a locking part. All right. So you literally can just pull this out and getting rid of this thing. Never want to see this again. Looks cool, okay, but this adjustability is again not good. So I'm gonna take the OEM lever out and just put it on there. The step is gonna be reverse. You're literally gonna align the hole, put the bolts in there, put the cable through the side, and have the cable tension adjusted properly. Okay. Look at this lever. It's really nice and comfortable. So much better than the crappy, horribly milled shape on the eBay cheap lever. Okay, so let's grab the screw and just get ready. And I'm gonna align this. Once it's aligned, you can literally just have this kind of hooked in place and then work your way to get the stock lever in there. Okay, as you can see, everything is plain and simple. Once you get it there, you're gonna turn the other direction. Hopefully you can turn and make sure that the tension is adjusted properly with just a little bit of the free play on the shifting. Okay, still too much free play, and that's about right. 1 to 3 millimeters is my preference. Once you have that adjusted, simply just lock this, okay, and try to pull it. Seems to be nice. Okay, and the next step, of course, is we're just gonna screw this all the way in and put that locking nut at the bottom. Once you screw this in, you also have to be mindful of the tension you're gonna screw this in there, because if you're screwing too tight, this thing is gonna have too much tension. So just make sure it's tight but not super tight. Okay, and this seems about right. Perfect. And we can actually start putting the locking nut at the bottom. This is the locking nut. Let's show you guys. Okay, super easy step. Again, I also ordered the brake lever. The brake lever, again, there are two options. One is non-adjustable. I want the non-adjustable one because the further braking distance works fine for me, and I have a small medium-sized hands, so you don't really need the adjustable one unless your hand is overly small. Otherwise, a medium-sized hands or even a larger hands is gonna the stock lever actually works perfectly. All right, so I'm gonna make another video for the brake part. It's a little bit complicated because you have to move some of those screws here and there in order to adjust things, but the process should be very similar. Your final goal, again, is just to get that screw removed, get that locking nut removed, and take the whole part out, put the brake part back in there. Okay. All right, and of course the locking nut is gonna go in the reverse direction. So if you're looking from the top, it's counterclockwise. Once it's locked, you'll see that the top moves around. It's perfectly normal, okay? As long as the clutch is installed properly. Wow, feels good. Feels really good. And for the Honda, the clutch throw is actually not that long. So you literally have to just have a light pull and the clutch will disengage and you will shift really nicely and smoothly. That's one part I love about the NC700 compared to my F800R. The clutch, again, I prefer the clutch on the NC as opposed to the BMW F800R. Now with this proper lever installed, and again, it's made in Thailand. How cool is that? I can enjoy the shifting action actually quite a lot more as opposed to this really crappy and moving around lever that the previous owner installed. Okay, so I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button and subscribe. Again, so much better, okay, than the aftermarket one. Don't buy the aftermarket one unless it's a really high quality one that's custom made for your bike. All right, so thanks again and take care.